back to Data Cabling Expert TV. I'm Lynn Taylor and I'm joined by Danny. How you doing?
Hi, Lynn.
So we're going to find out how to negotiate the contracts to make sure that they're worth the paper that they're written on. Danny. So treat me as a brand new buyer. What's the best tactic to find the best supplier?
Firstly, I would look to do a small amount of due diligence on your supply chain. So in my case, you would look at how long NBM has been going. So when was NBM created? Look at that. If they've been over...
And when was it?
We started in 1988. So we've been around over 23 years now, 24 I think. That gives you immediately a peace of mind that we've been around, we're structured, we should have a lot of experience in our business. Once you've done that and you're comfortable that they've been around for a long time, look at the actual suppliers that we as a company are supplying on behalf of. So in example of ourselves, we supply the largest two structured cabling products in our portfolio. Coupled with that, we have probably key tier one manufacturers for all other product sets that we have. That's a key element. Also look at the structure of the business from the top down to the bottom. Look at the warehousing. Lots of factors to look at before you actually engage with that supplier regarding the commercials.
So what about the people side of the business?
Well, in NBM's case, we have an internal team which has an internal management structure. So from the top down, we have directors, board directors, management structure, and that management structure below, which is an internal management structure, they ensure that if a key internal account manager for a certain client, whether you would be the client, if James is looking after your account, James goes on holiday for 2 weeks, there is a backup contact within our business that knows fully and understands the operation with you as a client. So we have a backup plan, and then that is also focused into the warehouse facility that we have. There's a seamless link from top to bottom within our business, and if you are a fresh purchaser looking for a supplier, you need to look at that structure within your supply chain, within your supplier, to see if from the top down to the bottom that there's a communication level, and you can do that through communication, asking the questions. You should be able to get that answer from your supplier.
How easy is it to get through to your customer services, and because I'm worried about so many different people on so many different levels?
We have an internal contact that looks after certain sales regions, and if your company falls into a specific sales region, that individual within our company looks after you personally. So they know all of the details about you. They get to know you personally. You're not just an account number. You're actually a person at the end of the line. We are very, very service driven as a business, and that's what you should be looking for with your supplier. You want that personal touch coupled with experience, coupled with professionalism. And we've spent an awful long time developing that with a business, and now we're seeing the fruits of that success. Simple things make a big difference. For instance, we have a DDI number for each internal contact within our business. So if you're a customer, you don't want to go through the main switchboard, you have a DDI, you get hold of that person immediately. If you don't get hold of them, there is a answer phone service which has a ringback facility within the platform that we use, which means that they have to ring that guy back or that person back, that contact back.
Okay, so that's the people side of things, but what about logistics?
Well, again, using ourselves as an example, we have a fleet of our own vans. Coupled with that, we have two main key suppliers in transport. We have a company that look after our pallet distribution, which is the bulk material, which in essence is a lot of our industry. And then we have a same-day delivery service, which is a local firm. So if our fleet of vans are out on the road, we also have the opportunity to use both other partners. Coupled with that, we have an overnight service. Key elements to also consider with your distribution partner is the accessibility out of hours. And one of the key elements to the success of NBM is that we are contactable 24/7, 365 days a year. And I would like to think that we're probably unique in our position in the marketplace of offering that service. So if you're on site on a Sunday morning, you need something to finish a job which is critical to you delivering that project on time, you can phone the office number and you will get hold of someone from MBM, guaranteed. And that does cement a very, very strong relationship with a lot of our clients.
I wish I'd had that with my delivery guys. Okay, Danny, that's logistics, but let's talk about finance.
If you have a large project with a lot of money to outlay for that project, obviously your supply chain, your distribution partner in particular, is key to you delivering on time. So one of the things that I think that purchasing managers should look at is also the financial stability of that supplier. So by that you can do credit checks. You can also ask if a company is a viable company like ourselves, we're regularly asked to provide draft and signed copies of our accounts to show that we've been around since 1988, to show that there's money, we're a viable company to deal with. We can also provide resources from the manufacturers that we're spending regularly with, so they can give us a reference, etc. And again, that's just taking and putting peace of mind to you as a potential purchaser that we are here, we're here to support you in your project, and we have the cash flow in our business to support that kind of project. At the end of the day, supply is key. So I'm a supplier to you, but I'm also a customer of my supply chain. If I don't pay them on time, then I'm adding risk to your potential project and delivering on time.
So Danny, what is the best tactic to build trust?
Key for me is relationships. It's face-to-face relationship with you as the customer, me as the supplier. If NDAs are required, non-disclosure agreements, we would be happy as a supplier to sign those, again adding peace of mind. You're literally asking me as a supplier to become part of your company. So any information you give me, there has to be an element of trust. And likewise, we have to trust you as a customer that when you say you're going to pay me, for instance, that you pay on time. And likewise, if we need to extend terms, we have that relationship that is key. It is all about being very, very personal, and the communication is the vital factor.
And very transparent, I guess.
Very transparent, yeah.
Danny, I guess really, if you start asking questions and you don't get the answers, I guess you just walk away.
That's right.
Thanks very much, Danny.
Thanks, Lynn.
Well, that's it from the series. If you want to follow Danny on Twitter and LinkedIn, then you can do so, and he'd be glad to answer your questions. I'll see you next time.